Hey there, it's Mitzi. Welcome to my channel. Today I just wanted to touch base with you on what I've been reading, and I have a couple of little bookish things I want to talk to you about too. So this month is a full month for readathons. There are a lot of things going on, and I'm finding myself super busy with all kinds of things, not just readathons, but other things going on too. I have a big conference that I help with every year. It's a women's conference, and I'm in the middle of that right now. That's this weekend. So with all of the things I have to do for that, plus all these readathons, and then my son is moving back home. It's just a lot of things going on right now. So I am busy, just like everyone else in the world. So the first thing is readathons and the busyness of life and how things happen. So I have this month 3 readathons that I'm excited about and I am participating in. And I am participating because I'm already reading books for all of them. The first one is Middle Grade March, and that is a month-long celebration of middle grade books, children's books. And I love children's books because if you follow my channel, you know that I taught elementary school, and I have read a lot of middle grade books in my time. And so I like to read those from time to time, read some of my favorites, and I'm also trying to read all the Newbery books. I've been trying to do that for many years. When I was teaching, which was a long time ago, I started that project, and I'm not in a hurry for it, but when I think about it, I'll just pick up a Newbery, and so I'm always wanting to find another excuse to read one of those. So I'm reading for Middle Grade March. I'm also reading for March of the Mammoths, which is to read a book on your shelf that is 800 pages or longer. So that's a big task. But with March of the Mammoths, you don't have to finish the book. You start it. So that's one thing that's kind of comforting for that one. So it's no pressure. And again, all of these are just for fun anyway. It's just a fun way to get those books read that you've always wanted to read. And then finally, I am participating in March Mystery Madness. And that is, there's only one prompt, 2 by 2, so anything that pertains to 2, could be 2 people on the cover or 2 words in the title or however you want to interpret it. That was the prompt for that. So that one was pretty easy as well. So I am participating in all of those, and I have several books that I am reading for those. And so like for March of the Mammoths, I had already started this book, but I'm using this for March of the Mammoths because I plan on finishing this in March, and that is Gone with the Wind. And this book is almost 1,000 pages, and it has 5 parts, and I am at part 4. I'm at the second half of part 4, and I have part 5 left. So I don't have that much left of this book. 673. And so I have that, and so I know I can get this finished by the end of March. I really think I will get this one finished, and so, but I plan on finishing this one up maybe the second week in March, and then starting another mammoth. And I do plan on starting another mammoth, but of course I won't finish that, but we'll see. And I haven't decided, for those of you that I showed the mammoth choices that I had, I'll leave a link to that in the cards and down below. I haven't decided which one I want to read yet because I want to finish Gone with the Wind first. And the thing with Gone with the Wind, the problem with this book is it is a page turner. Now, I will be honest and say I am struggling with it because the racism in this is wow. I mean, and I knew that going into it. I knew that. That's why I have never picked this book up, because I knew there were some issues with this book. But even with that, and even though I am cringing with half the things that they're saying and the way that they're saying it, I'm trying to remember the time period that it was written and to use it as a learning experience for me, because people did feel this way. Some people sadly still feel this way. So I'm reading it with that in mind, but it is a page turner. I don't think she wrote any other books, Margaret Mitchell, but wow, she was a storyteller. I mean, the characterization in the story, the plotting, the pacing is perfection in this story. So that part of it is amazing, and I'm trying to put it down and read other things because I really just want to read that. But I'm trying to pace myself with that one and read so much each week so that I can absorb what I'm reading, because I mean, again, this is a lot of information, a lot. And I want to do a thorough review on this when I'm done, because it did win the Pulitzer and there's a lot of controversy over this book, and so I really want to do a good job of really thinking my way through this and kind of marinating on it as I go. So that one, and I have a lot of thoughts on that book, let me tell you. It is a very interesting look during the Civil War and right after the Civil War. Anyway, that one is one that I am reading for March of the Mammoths. So that is something that is a huge project for me. I don't read a lot of books that are that long and time consuming, so that's a big one. And so for it to be March when I have so many other things going on, that's pretty tough. And then I am reading for March Mystery Madness, A Beautiful Blue Death by Charles Finch. It's the first in the Charles Lennox mystery, and I have less than 100 pages left on this one. So this one I will probably finish today or tomorrow, so I'll probably get this one read during that time. So that one is for March Mystery Madness, and I'm really enjoying that, and so that's what I'm reading for that one. And then for the Middle Grade March, I'm reading Roller Skates by Ruth Sawyer, and as I mentioned earlier, I'm trying to read Newberry's, so I really wanted to pick this one up because it was a Newbery, and it was written, I think, in the 1930s, maybe. Let me see. Yeah, in the 1930s. So this is an older Newbery winner, because I don't think they even started Newbery till like 1922 or something. So this is an early Newbery winner. So I was super interested in that. But I just started this. I'm not but a couple of chapters into that one. So my question to you is, first, how do you manage your reading when you really want to read a book and you have a lot going on? How do you manage that in your busy life, during those busy times in your life? And number two, do you read several books at a time like I'm doing? How many books are you reading like right now? How many books are you reading? And do you enjoy reading several books at the same time? Because for me, I'm finding that I've always had a couple of books going at the same time. I've always been one to do that because I'm a mood reader, and sometimes I want to read something nonfiction, and sometimes I want to read, you know, something lighthearted and funny, and then other times I want to read something a lot more serious, you know. So I always have at least two, but right now I'm reading these, and I'm also buddy reading Prince Caspian from the Chronicles of Narnia with my son, and I have something going that's a nonfiction that I do in the mornings. So I have a lot going on, and I have a lot of books, and surprisingly I am enjoying it. And I know what's going on in every one of them. And I'm kind of fascinating myself that I'm like, wow, I can keep up with all this information. I don't know how. But anyway, I thought that was, when I was thinking about it this week, and I was a little stressed out, to be honest, because I had so many things going on. I thought, if other people, I wanted to ask our community, our reading community, if any of you ever feel a little stressed out over your reading, or if you try to read too many books at one time, and how you keep up with it. So let me know in the comments about that, because that's what's going on with me this week, in this moment as we speak. And another thing I wanted to mention was that I went on Etsy and I picked up a couple of things. I'm sure you're familiar with Etsy. It's a place where you can create your own shop and make your own things, basically. And so I go on there a lot of times when booktubers mention that they have Etsy shops, because they will have things that are bookish related, and so I always like to check out their shops. And so if you have a shop, an Etsy shop, or if you know of someone that sells bookish sort of things that you think I might be interested in, leave it in the comments and I'll check that out too, because I always want to support those businesses, those small business owners who are just you know, sharing their talents with us. I like to do that. So one thing that I ordered last month, and I received it quickly, and it's from Carolyn Marie. Now I'm not sure if that's the name of her channel. I can't remember. I'm thinking it's like Carolyn Marie Reads, but I might be wrong. I'll leave a link to that in the description box, and I will leave a link to her Etsy shop so you can see where to find these. But she is a talented artist, and she reads these wonderful books and talks about them, but she also shares her artwork. And on her Etsy shop, she'll periodically have different things that she sells, but this is one of the main things on her Etsy shop. And it is a portrait of an author, and then behind it, or blended within the portrait, is some of their work, some of their written work. Like this one that I ordered is Edgar Allan Poe. Can you see that? And I don't know if you can see the writing, but one side is, what is on here? Annabel Lee. That's Annabel Lee, some of the words from it. And then on the other side, it's two-sided, is the Raven. And I just thought they were beautiful. I thought they would be pretty just sitting up on my shelf. So, and then I picked up Mary Shelley as well, Frankenstein. This is what the front looks, or one side looks like. And then this is the other, and I think this is actually her own hand maybe back there. I'm not really sure, but it looks like it. And I just thought, wow, what talent. These are just gorgeous. And they're on this pretty heavy paper too, and I like the old look to them, the vintage feel. So I just thought they would be pretty on my shelf, and I could even frame them if I wanted to. And then the other thing was Amanda from the Curly Reader. I'll leave a link to her Etsy shop too. She is one of our co-hosts for Middle Grade March. She sells these really cute bookmarks, and so for Middle Grade March I wanted some. I don't know if you're like this, but I am a nerd when it comes to bookmarks. I like to have, in the wintertime, I like a snow scene on my bookmarks, and I don't know, summertime I want a summer kind, and maybe if it's a fantasy, I want it to be fantasy related. I don't know why, but I do collect a lot of bookmarks, and I have certain bookmarks I like for certain things that I'm reading. I don't know why, but anyway, that's just one of the nerdy things I do. So when she offered these Middle Grade March bookmarks, I had to have them. First, to commemorate 2022, because this is the first time I've been on BookTube that I could participate. So I don't know if there will be a glare on this or not, but this is one of them. And then on the back is a quote, and the quote says, the world calls them its singers and poets and artists and storytellers, but they are just people who have never forgotten the way to fairyland. And I just thought that was beautiful. It's Ellie Montgomery, Anne of Green Gables, and I just, of course, loved that. And then there was another one for Middle Grade March. I'm actually using it in my roller skate book, and this one has these really cute stripes on the back. They're just whimsical. And then on the front is a quote. I don't know if it's gonna show you. There we go. And it says, children's books are not a hiding place, they are a seeking place. And I can't read who said that, but that's a quote. And they're very sturdy. And then I also have this one, is C.S. Lewis, and it says, you can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending. And that is one for C.S. Lewis. And they're very sturdy bookmarks. So if you are looking for some really cool bookmarks, check out Amanda at the Curly Reader, because she has some there. And if you're participating in Middle Grade March, you might want to get one of those. And I also had shared on Instagram that I had picked up the Middle Grade March coffee mug, because again, it has 2022 on it, and I kind of wanted to commemorate this year since I was going to be on BookTube for the first time. So I was just excited about getting that, and I've been using it non-stop. Just, I don't know, it makes it just even more fun when you have merchandise to go with your readathon. So I enjoyed that. So make sure you check out these Etsy shops too. So those are just some things that I have been reading this week for all of these readathons, some things that are going on here at my house, and the busy life that, you know, is everyone has going on these days. And, you know, I say stress, but it's really not stress. These things are fun. I'm enjoying all of them. It's just that they're different. They're different than my normal everyday life, because I am set in my ways and I like my schedule, and I do have a routine and I like it. So when there's any change to that routine, I can get in a tizzy sometimes, to be honest. to be honest. So, you know, I'm really not stressed over it. This is nothing to be stressed over. These are fun things. But still, you know, I want to read all these books, and I know that I can't get to every one, and I need to just admit that to myself. But I am having a good time reading these. I will also be doing an in-depth review on Gone with the Wind, because as I say, I don't have much left of that, and I want to take some time to kind of go back through my notes and my thoughts on that, because that will be a pretty in-depth look at that one. And then I also have all these others for Middle Grade March and March Mystery Madness as well. So what are you reading right now? Let me know too if you do try to manage several books at once, and how you handle those things during those busy days that we all have in our lives. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.